Good afternoon. Let's see what we're going here. Yeah, got my face here. So good afternoon, welcome. Oh goodness, why do I wait till the last minute to get everything all done? Welcome to Pat's Stamping Place. It is Monday, May 1st, 2023. Can you believe it is May? We certainly don't have weather that's acting like May, but it is what it is. It's just crazy. I think I might have to put the lining back in my coat. Hey, Shirley, welcome. Thanks for being here. We are going to shake it up today, and I'm going to make a shaker card. I'm not sure if I've ever made one on a live before. Gloria, hello, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I got a little bit of a, not a time constraint, but someplace to be in a little bit. So not that I ever want to rush through here because I always like to take my time. But anyway, thank you for being here. And we've got some viewers, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So raise your hand if you've ever made a shaker card before. Let's see, I don't think my hand is in the is in here. I'm sitting a little bit different today too. So anyway, I am using the brand new, soon to be released tomorrow is the first day of the new 2023 annual catalog. So next week I'll be able to show it to you from the inside, and one last time only looking at the cover. So that's the deal. And then we are saying goodbye to this one. And I'm not even going to use something that is going to retire because so many things have sold out. So we're just going to put this little puppy away and get ready for this one. And this also means that our January to April mini catalog is retiring as well. And some of the things from that one do carry over to this, and there are a lot that will be retired out of that. So let's get going because I've got plenty to show you, and I have several samples to show you at the end. So let's see, let's flip down to my desktop. Okay, I'm always pushing the wrong buttons here. So okay, so this is what we have with it's called Bright and Beautiful Suite. And that suite includes the Beautiful Balloons stamp set, the Beautiful Balloons dies. We are so thankful that the dies now match the same name as the stamp set. The suite also includes this wonderful paper that can be used for so many other types of projects. It's just gorgeous. Plus it's fun, and it has lots of colors in it. Azure Afternoon, brand new. Berry Burst, which is returning. Blueberry Bushel is returning. Bubble Bath is new, and I'm going to use that today. Fresh Freesia is a carryover in color, so it's going to become one of our core colors. Lemon Lime Twist, we had a while back. Lemon Lolly is also brand new. Lost Lagoon, we had a while back. Misty Moonlight as well. And Pretty Peacock was another one that is returning. And they're all in here, and they all look lovely. Hello, Holly, welcome. The other thing that is in the suite are these window sheets. And these are called Gold Celebrations Specialty Designer Series paper. And there are two sheets. I've used this one. I have not cut into this one yet that has the balloons and the string on it. Now, they call it gold, but you can see it better on this one too. And this is the one I'm using. So it's basically double-sided. Oh, there's a dot there too. I didn't realize that. So there are three different designs in here. So you're going to see a little bit of a glare. But they're gold on one side and they're actually silver on the other. So you can use either side because it's a window sheet. And if you don't have these, you can just use a window sheet. So this is the one that I have been using, and there's a lot of blank space here in the middle, so that's okay. So I've got that in my samples. Hello, Nancy. Listening because you're busy. Love the balloon DSP. Love it, love it. So let's set that off to the side. And speaking of window sheets, with the, let me get this out of here so I can talk at the same time. With the photopolymer stamp sets, the stamps always come on one of these nice thick sheets before you lay them down. If you do this, lay them down in the stamp set. And as you can see, these are already tinted a little bit, so I've been using this one a lot. But this is, I save all of these because here's a perfect window sheet. Perfect. So I just, instead of piling them up someplace, I just know that they're always inside my photopolymer stamp set. So that's my little tip for you today. All right. These are the dies, and we've got multiple, well, there's a tag. Here's something that will cut out a little confetti and just leave that cut design in your cardstock. We have stars. We have regular balloons, plain. I've not cut these out yet. These, and let's see, a banner shape, or tassel. It's a tassel. And a three balloon set, triple. So this is the one I'm going to use today to make the shaker card. So as I was thinking about this, I thought, how many times do we have celebrations where we want balloons? So the first one that comes to mind is probably a birthday, but I see people walking out of the balloon store, which is probably my local Dollar Tree, with graduations and baby showers and wedding showers. All kinds of celebrations will be good with a balloon. So that's what this is, and I can't wait to show you what this one is with one of the samples that I have. It looks like a event cover, but it's not. Okay. So I have pre-cut this in the designer paper that I'm going to use. So let me get out the project pieces parts, because just creating the shaker card is the most important thing here. You don't need to see me cut this out again. So I'll put that back on my little magnet sheet. But I will show you the sample that I'm going to make. And again, the window sheet's going to give you a glare. And on this one, I even stamped the sentiment on the inside of the window. How about that? And you can see here, I think, where the window, the part of the window sheet that I used from the designer paper, I used the silver side, and it's just a small piece. So you could get a lot of these window cards out of this, or shaker cards. We've got designer paper. I chose to use this one. They've got lots of colors. And this is the new Bubble Bath. Love that. We needed a good pink like this. because Blushing Bride went away, but we still have Petal Pink. And then behind this is the Berry Burst. Oh, I love that color. So I guess I just love colors, period. So this is the card I'm going to make. So I already have cut this out, and this is the paper that I chose to use rather than this one. So I did want to use a different paper, but I am using the Bubble Bath and the Berry Burst as part of the card design. So this is what comes out of here. And then the other card that I made, I also made a card out of this leftover. So you definitely don't want that to go away. I suppose you could put it behind here and make it part of the shaker, but I don't think that would really work very well. So we've got a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11. Let me measure this across. It looks a little bit wider. I might have got that wrong. Yes, that's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So that's our base. And then this is the Berry Burst. And this grid sheet I have here does not have any measurements on the bottom. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on here already. Hello, Francine, welcome. And for this I can use the liquid glue. I'm going to be using several different adhesives today. And there will be a white piece to go on the inside. Although this is a light enough color that you could probably just put your sentiment there, I think it actually looks better if you put another piece on the inside. So let's set that aside. Let's put the liquid glue away. And let's need to make myself a note here to not forget something. Okay, I've already got an envelope ready to go with one of the other designs. So this is what we have left. And so you don't see all those grid lines, let's put this here. So this is the piece that I showed you that was kind of in the center part of that window sheet. Silver and gold on one side. But because I'm going to put the sentiment on the inside, I thought it would be easier to use this. I also have a piece of basic white that is just a tad smaller than this. And in a minute you'll see why. This is what I will stamp on. So the first step of a window sheet, and you can do this with any punch, any design, a rectangle, a square, a heart. This one just happens to be a balloon. The steps and the technique is identical. Ooh, the other side's pretty too. So I'm going to turn this over and glue this down here. Now, with window sheets, you don't want to use liquid adhesive, because if you get any on the liquid, on the window sheet, it is a mess. You can't get it off. No way, no how is it going to come off. So for this, I'm going to use tear and tape. And okay, I don't know if I've shown this before. Take one of your blocks to rip that off. And I just want to put that down here where the window sheet is going to go. because then I'll have other adhesive that will go down here at the bottom. And then go along the side. Now for the parts that are going in to make this the shaker card, I have just pulled from my stash of sequins and little bubbles and whatever. So whatever you have, you could even make your own confetti to go on the inside if you like. I buy those things as embellishments, and there are, I think they multiply. There are thousands of them, it seems, and they never get all used. So I'm not even going to identify which ones I'm using today. I just know that they're probably retired and probably just came out of a stash somewhere. So don't worry about what is going inside here. And let's see, I think that is a little bit, I got too much of that on the side. And I don't want that adhesive to come around here. Okay. This is like sewing. Nobody looks at the back of what you sew, right? Okay. So wherever you may be, I hope your weather is nicer than it is here, because it is pretty darn cold. You would think it was March going out like a lamb and April coming in like a lion, but here we are in May. So now I'm going to peel these off. Okay, we've had lots of rain. Some places around are going to get some snowflakes. Heaven forbid. Okay, so I'm peeling those off. Now I should have done this first, but I'm going to kind of hover this over where this is going to go. And I'm going to make a little mark with my erasable pen. If you don't have an erasable pen, you need to have one. I will put that in the description later tonight, because these are awesome. Okay, kind of right there. These are Frixon, Frixon clicker erasable pens. Can't live without them. I just don't write checks with them. I think I talked about those once before. All right, so now I'm going to put the happy birthday inside and use Berry Burst. And I'm just going to tap, 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 being very careful that I'm not getting any ink on the block, which I tend to do with the photopolymer. And I've also got my piercing mat here so that I have a cushion. Okay, I'm going to go over that little dot on there because I really don't think it's going to be, nope, can't even see it. Nobody's going to see it. Okay, and I almost put that on first, which would have just messed everything up. So now I want to put the window sheet on here. And that tear and tape is wicked sticky. Okay. And now comes the fun part. And this is where I want to grab some little gems, and I've got effervescent elements from the last mini, and I do believe These got retired. I've got some that are even marked, but I know that the colors will match. And then I've got this that I think was from a mini a while ago, and there is green and gold and red. It must have been from a holiday one. So I'm going to put some of those in here. Oh, forgot a step. Woohoo! This is the best part. And this is the other type of adhesive, and these are adhesive strips. This is what you need to make this whole thing go together. And this is probably, it's not the hardest part. It's definitely the one that's a little bit more time consuming. So I'm gonna, and it's double-sided. Try to keep that tape on there. And what you want to do, this is very flexible, so it will go around corners, it will go around shapes, and that's what we're going to do here to, where do I want to start? To go around the balloons. And you just shape it around there. You don't want to cover up where the little balloon part is, where the balloon would tie. Okay, I'm going to pull that off. And just form that around your balloon or your shape. This is actually the fun part. And these are a little bit, what do I want to say, thicker than a regular dimensional. And they come in strips like this. And they're called foam adhesive strips. And they're actually 9 1/4 long. So I just have them cut into small strips like this. It's a little bit easier to work with. And you want to make sure when you have to piece it together that they butt up together, because you don't want any of your little pieces escaping. So it's almost done. And I have another little tip for you. So again, go outside of where the parts are for the balloon. I didn't do that on one of my practice ones, and I kind of had to pull it off because it would be visible, and you don't want this to be seen. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. You can see what I'm doing. Should I zoom in a little bit? Zoom's not going. Then I need just another little piece to fill in there. Because if I did not put that in there, something would escape. And another thing about these two, the window sheets tend to become like a little magnet. There, I think that will work. Again, nobody's going to see this. You just want to make sure that it's all in there. Yeah, we forget about it because it does take a little bit longer, but it's definitely worth it for special birthdays and special events. And that's actually the fun part. All right, so now we've got this space to put in our little gems or confetti, whatever you want to do. So let's see, what's the predominant? There's some blue in here. So I'm going to take some of these blue And just drop them in. Make sure they're not on your adhesive. Oh, the tip that I was going to tell you about the adhesive. Is once you take off this protective piece on all of the pieces there, is take your finger and kind of run around the inside edge, and that will kind of keep some of your, those things are just all over the place, keep your gems from sticking to the inside. And boy, oh boy, they pop out. Oh my goodness. Let's get those little puppies back in there. Or I could probably just sacrifice them and let them go on the floor and pick them up later. I think that's the better option. But I don't want gems on my adhesive. See, they're trying to escape. Okay, let's put a little bit more in there. And then they pop out too. They just pop out. Let's put some of these in there. And not only do they want to stick to adhesive, they want to stick to your fingers because they kind of become magnetic. Or staticky, I guess that's a better word to use. And it's always a good idea to cover them up when you're finished. And I'll put a little bit of some of these little bubble things in there that were actually to go with our bottle shakers. So the bottle shakers are fun to make too. And that bottle set did carry over. Okay, so now it's ready to put this on. Obviously, you don't want to turn this over. That would be a disaster. So I'm going to place this on here. Those things are all over the place. Place this on here. And I know that this white piece that I stamped on is just slightly smaller than my window sheet on there. So cross your fingers that it's going to fit perfectly. And I can't see. You're probably going to see my, try not to get my head in the window there. Okay. Let's turn it over. Yay! The happy birthday shows exactly where I wanted it to show. And we've got some other strange colors in there. Whoever gets this is going to have so much fun shaking that around. So now let's just put the card together. Get rid of some of those things that are rolling around. Okay, so now it's just ready to put this right on the card that was already done. And we need adhesive down here and some up here at the top. So for this, because got the exact name, foam adhesive strips are actually thicker, as I said, than a Stampin' Dimensional, I'm also going to use the adhesive strips along here too. This way I don't have to pull off all those little backings off of dimensionals anyway. So this is a good adhesive to use when you have strips like this, if you don't want to use dimensionals all the time. Let's put another strip there. And then pieces that you don't use, just put them right back on the strip and they can be used for another project. And then let's put one up here. Now, I did not check on the weight of this or the thickness, but I'm pretty positive that it would, let's measure that a little bit, probably require additional postage. So there's what the back looks like. Nobody's going to see it. It's not real pretty. And this one took a little bit longer because you were going around those balloon shapes. If you were just doing it around a square or a rectangle or any other punch, it would be a little bit easier to do. But the process is the same. So let's let that stick out there. If I measured right. And there we go. And then there's also something you may have heard about called a faux shaker card, using one of our clear envelopes. And maybe I'll get one of those ready to show next week, what it looks like. And you do it a lot different, and then just slip all of your little gems and things down in the envelope, and it still shakes. So it's a little bit different concept, and you don't have to have all of those adhesive strips going around. But that's what we got. Now, one last thing here. Where did I put them? Oh, goodness sakes. They've gone missing. These are the little, you know how you lay something down? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I've got these little, instead of putting string on there, I've got these little shape things, I don't know, for lack of a better word. And for that, I'm going to use some Berry Burst. I cut them out in white. And I'm using one of our small blending brushes. Tassels, thank you. So we're going to put tassels on our balloons. And I'm just going to kind of make these like an ombre. So there will be a little bit of white left on there. And then I realized how cute this would be to use a stencil with those. So we need 3 of those. I think there's enough ink left on there. So we'll leave a little bit of the white. And I knew I had enough of them. And one to go up there. Okay, and for this then, I'm going to come back and very carefully add just a drop of liquid adhesive because I found that a glue dot was a little bit too big. Didn't want to use a dimensional. It's kind of hard to see here because there's something right behind there. Okay. And then I'm going to take my my little tweezers here and drop those in there. So that's the only place I'm putting adhesive. This probably could be okay. Thanks, Nancy. Gotta run. That's good. Have a good evening. These would probably be good to run through with a adhesive sheets. So you could just pull that off. Okay, I think that got back there. And then it's okay if they stick up a little bit. So there we go. Lots of colors. And you know, adults like these just as much as kids, believe me. So let's put some things away. Got that done in kind of record time today. And let me show you the other samples. And I will wait to put something on the inside. Sometimes I wait to put that in anyway in case you make a mistake and you need to turn your paper over. So there's that one. And here was my other one. And here is a third shaker card. Now on this one, I took one of the die cuts and put "You Did It" because I didn't stamp any place on the inside. And I didn't want to make a banner to go across the front. So this is, we'll put the blue in the middle between the two pinks. Okay, so those are the 3 shaker cards. Now I have a few others to show you. And yeah, 2 of them are birthday. One of them, I don't know, could be a graduation card or whatever. You did it. You graduated. You completed something. You got a promotion. All those good things. Okay, here's another one called Yay You. So that's good for some kind of celebration. And this is just the cutout there that was left over from this card. So this was in here. And this is Misty Moonlight, and this is, I believe I used Lemon Lime Twist here, or Parakeet Party, I forgot. But anyway, now this is what that one die will do. Look at this. You cut this out on a strip. I think this is like 1 inch. Leave a little bit of extra here, and then you get that little fringe, there's the word. Having trouble with words today. The fringe on there. And then when I was cutting this off to make it even to go on this card, that would also make great confetti to go inside a shaker card. So I will be doing that on something else. I could see buying this stamp set bundle just for that die. Okay, here's another one. I think this might have been the first one that I did with 2 balloons. We've got our rounded, let's get our celebration on. And this is boho blue, and that's Parakeet Party there with the banners. Okay, here's one more. Just a balloon, yay you. That would be a great graduation card. Get their school colors with the graduation. Okay, this is similar to that one, just with more colors instead of the monochromatic. And I have one more. And this is just a simple balloon, happy birthday. In different colors, this could be a good masculine card too. So that's what I have today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it inspires you to make a shaker card or make something with the balloons. And don't forget, ordering starts tomorrow with the new catalog. So if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours and earn your business. And if you do, make sure you got a catalog from me. So let me know whether you need a catalog. So with that, I will sign off and see what we have left for next week. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed this so much today. Thanks for being here. Take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.